Limited edition cars are often a result of car manufacturers celebrating years of contributions to the automotive industry, or simply to experiment and create something entirely new. They are used to commemorate years of work or to push the boundaries of performance in variant car models that are built to race. These are some of the best limited edition cars to have been made. There's a good variety of cars here, some of which are actually obtainable if you're lucky. Others, your chances are slim to none. The Aston Martin 177. This car was originally premiered at the Paris Auto Show in 2008, and as the name might reveal, 77 models were made for 2012. At the time of its release, Aston Martin claimed that it had the most powerful, naturally aspirated engine. The exclusivity of the car shows in its aluminum panels, aluminum badging, and carbon fiber chassis, all of which were made and shaped by hand. Even the Dubai Police Department has a 177 in their exotic car fleets. If you guys don't know about Dubai and why their police department has multiple exotic cars, you should go look into it. It's really interesting. In 2012, you can expect to pay $1.4 million for an Aston Martin 177. The last 7 versions of this car were made to be a part of the Aston Martin Q series. And while that does not give the car any extra power, it does give the car an exclusive gray exterior and a red interior. One of the Q models sold recently for over $3 million. Under the hood, you can expect to find top-of-the-line performance with a 7.3-liter V12 capable of 750 horsepower. It also has a 220 miles per hour top speed and a 0 to 60 time of just 3.7 seconds. The Mazda RX7 Bathurst R. This car might possibly be the best rotary engine car of all time. The name Bathurst derives from Australia and their 12-hour-long Bathurst races, which Mazda was overwhelmingly winning from 1992 to 1994. The car has perfect 50-50 weight distribution and also has carbon trim interior. Mazda only made 500 versions of this car in 2011, exclusively for the Japan market. However, importing is now an option. This was one of the last production cars to ever use a rotary engine. The car only weighed 1,260 kilograms, or less than 3,000 pounds, and it was capable of 276 horsepower and 0 to 62 miles per hour in just 4.9 seconds. You could expect to pay $85,000 for this car in 2011. Now you can pay $30,000 and import. If you're enjoying the video, please leave a like. The Mustang SVT Cobra R. SVT stands for Special Vehicle Team, and this team was responsible for the very first Cobra R model in 1993. It was a limited production of only 107, easily making it the rarest Cobra R model. It was also one of the last Mustangs to adopt the Fox body style. The second generation came out and they upped the production to 250. From 1995 to 2000, you couldn't buy a Cobra R unless you had a racing license, given that too many collectors were getting their hands on them and they would never drive them. The last generation came out in 2000 and they upped the production again to 300. This generation had the best performance with 385 horsepower in its 5.4-liter V8. And it also had a top speed of 170 miles per hour and a 0 to 60 time of just 4.4 seconds. Every one of the last Cobra R generations were painted in performance red, and they also had exclusive body styling with a power dome hood that allowed extra airflow to the engine, and also a high-rise wing that provided downforce on the car. The Mercedes AMG Hammer. When this car started out, it was a modified version of the Mercedes 300e, and by the time of its release, it became the fastest passenger sedan. Mercedes built just 30 versions of this car in 1986, and the goal of the car's creation was to experiment in performance to try to catch up with BMW, who was having success with their M5. And the results show, as the car was able to hold its own against a 1984 Ferrari Testarossa and also a Lamborghini Countach during its time. And while the car may not be the best looking, at least in my opinion, the performance is undeniable with a 5.6-liter engine capable of 360 horsepower. The car also has a top speed of 180 miles per hour and a 0 to 60 time of just 5 seconds. When customers were first able to buy this car, they had the option to upgrade to the 6-liter variant, which was capable of 396 horsepower, just for another $40,000. The Volkswagen Golf R32. The first R32 came out in 2003 for the Mark IV Golf generation. 5,000 units were made and offered in a 6-speed manual. This car was supposed to be Volkswagen's response to iconic cars like the Subaru WRX and the Mitsubishi Evolution. The second generation, which came out in 2007 for the Mark V Golf generation, also had 5,000 units made. That second generation was also the first production car to have a dual-shift gearbox, and chose to opt out of the manual transmission that the first generation had. It also had shared multiple components with the Audi TT, including the engine, suspension, and all-wheel drive system. If the road conditions are normal, the R32's electronically controlled system will distribute 100% of power to the front wheels. However, if the system notices that enough throttle is being used, or that road conditions are worse than normal, it will redistribute power evenly to the front and back wheels. This car has a respectable 3.2-liter V6 engine capable of 237 horsepower. It is also able to go from 0 to 62 miles per hour in just 5.8 seconds. The BMW 1M. BMW made just 740 models of this car for the US in 2011. And during the car's creation, it actually had started out as a secret project. There were even multiple heads at BMW who were not aware of the car's planning. Some engineers at BMW wanted to take parts from an E92 M3 and put them into a new car. That car became the 1M. It was one of the first few cars to bring a turbocharged engine to the M series. It was only offered in a 6-speed manual, and although it came out 10 years ago, it has quickly become a modern classic. People praise this car for its superb driving experience, which it accomplishes with help from its extremely responsive suspension system. The car also has 50-50 weight distribution, and under the hood, you can find a 3-liter twin turbocharged engine capable of 335 horsepower. It can take you from 0 to 60 in just 4.9 seconds and has a top speed of 155 miles per hour. The Lamborghini Veneno. The name Veneno derives from an Italian fighting bull, and the car is the embodiment of ultra rare. From 2013 to 2014, there were 9 roadsters made and 5 coupes. Only 3 of those 5 coupes were actually individually customized and sold to customers. It has heavy influence from the Lamborghini Aventador, and it is meant to be the celebration of Lamborghini's 50th anniversary. The design maximizes aerodynamics, and even the front and rear underbody of the car have an aerodynamic design and race-focused features. While we're used to seeing carbon fiber used in the body of cars, the Veneno uses Lamborghini's forged composite, which is a skin that is made of carbon fiber that's woven together. It is on the seats and throughout the cockpit. The car originally sold for $4.5 million. However, a roadster variant was sold again in 2019 for $9 million. Under the hood, you can find a very capable 6.5-liter V12 that makes 740 horsepower and has a top speed of 220. It can take you from 0 to 60 in just 2.9 seconds. Thank you so much for making it this far. If you enjoyed any part of the video, please leave a like. If you like content like this, please consider subscribing. I'll be posting more content like this soon, so stay tuned. Thanks, guys.